Mountains of ice, just like the Arctic. South Sea Islands. Fabled castles. The Alps have many different faces. Lynxes and ibexes live in the highlands. The king of the air and his favorite prey. The world up here is ice cold and dangerous. Bone-chilling frost. Stunning limestone caves. And magically sparkling lakes.
This is Cosmographia, the Randall Carlson podcast.
Yo, Big Stash, what up, bro? Yo, it arrived, man. It's here, dude.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is
Yeah, bro, dude.
Cosmographia, the Randall Carlson
I was playing some
podcast.
Mario Kart earlier. I love it, man.
What is it, Brad?
I got it hooked up to the TV. I haven't hooked it up to the TV yet. In
Episode
Canada,
104.
yo, what's up, Christian? How are you?
Last episode, we were talking about the sun. We're continuing in that vein,
Yeah,
Randall.
buddy.
Yeah, well, I want to.
That was a fave, yeah.
The natural
Mario
forces
Kart's great,
that have been
man.
affecting civilizations on the planet, including the sun.
Yo, the Pro Controller,
lot
man.
to get
Dude,
into
that's
with the sun and
amazing. Thank
unpack.
you so much, dude.
And we just kind of barely touched.
I was gonna buy one. I was like,
surface
okay, I'm
of
probably gonna have to
the-
buy
the
one
new
because the
information
N64
and
one isn't
knowledge
easy to
that's
find.
coming out about the sun.
Apparently, I think that's what you were
Into
saying.
that.
It's
I
hard to
had a few
find or
more
something.
things that kind of been sitting on the back burner.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Man.
That I thought would be interesting to look at. I've been kind of diving into some of the periods of upheaval in the history of civilization on planet Earth, and recently I've been looking at the neoglaciation or the neoglacial, which
Yeah,
is
sure,
usually
buddy.
dated around 6,000.
Hey,
years
yeah,
ago,
good to see you too,
plus
Christian.
or
Good to see you
minus
too,
a
man.
few
Thanks, man.
centuries. Right now, that is what followed
Yeah, that's
immediately
true,
after the
Stash.
so-called climatic optimum, which was kind of the period that lasted from about 10,000 to roughly 6,000 years ago, with, of course, variability within it and a major interruption at about 8,300 years ago. Remember the cold spike, that 8,300-year cold spike? We've talked about it. We've seen the Greenland ice core graphs, and it shows up pretty prominently. It's probably the most prominent spike within the Holocene record.
Thanks. Oh, thanks,
It
Stash.
dates
I will
about
be doing
8,300
some.
years ago, and it
I'm
was
probably gonna try
in the
it
middle of
out
the climatic
tomorrow.
optimum. Now,
Today
the
I was
climatic
busy. I had a
optimum
bunch of
was
stuff
the
to do.
period
So tomorrow I'm probably gonna try it
post-glacial,
out.
immediately post-glacial,
Hopefully tonight we get
that
this
actually
PB
was
so we can
warmer
fucking
than that.
just give a break on this
and
game
it
and
kind
this
of
level.
was in two phases, sort of like the Ice Age, the Little Ice Age, which kind of was in two phases. You know, it started around
Cool. Thanks, bro.
with some variability. It started in the late 1200s and early 1300s, depending where you were on the planet. It didn't start simultaneously everywhere. Important point. And then it ameliorated somewhat, and then it came back again with full ferocity and carried us up into the 1800s, and then it began to ameliorate. And that's when we begin to see the glaciers starting to recede and so on. And you know, there's a new study. Let me see if I have it.
So there was a cold spike at 6,000 BC, 6,300 BC. That's what you're saying?
No, the
8,300.
cold spot. Well, okay, so in the middle of the climatic optimum, a little bit more towards the earlier half of it, there was this cold spike that lasted at least a few years, maybe a few decades. I haven't looked at the latest data on that, but now it's a fairly well known. If you look at the ice core graphs and some of the other climate records, it shows up very prominent. Like I said, it's probably one of the most prominent cold spikes in the entire Holocene. But then, around 6,000 years ago, the second phase of the climatic optimum gave way to the neoglaciation, as it's called, the neoglacial. And so that was a very significant climate shift within the Holocene. And usually it's dated around 6,000 years ago. And it was marked by global cooling and an expansion of glaciers and ice sheets worldwide. Okay, and then there was some variability in there. There was the Minoan warm period, then that was followed by cold, then there was the Roman warm period, and then that was followed by the cold of the Dark Ages, then that gave way to the medieval warm period, and then like I was just saying, in the late 1200s, early 1300s, the medieval warm period gave way to the first phase of the Little Ice Age, and then that ameliorated somewhat around between the time of the Renaissance, and then it got cold again, and then